everybody, welcome to the MakeCode live stream, MakeCode Arcade live stream. I'm Shannon. I'm at account on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Joey at J1Drill on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Mecha Richard. I was created to defeat Richard because no one could defeat him except himself. Hi, Richard on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Radio Tower Vivian. I communicate. I'm at Lipshire on the MakeCode forums. Beep.
Richard, I have a clarification I need here. Are you are you still constrained by the morals that you were programmed with, or have you broken free of that and you're now going to go on a rampage?
I'm not actually programmed. There's a guy in another place who is controlling me telepathically.
Okay. So just a little bit longer until you go crazy from that and start, rampaging. Because that's also... Yeah, okay.
Because they did make me with part of King Ghidorah's brain, and it is going to take over.
Okay, that has helped me solidify the other this game. So, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have a screen. You're gonna have like pieces of a mech. I think this is gonna be similar to Vivian's like doll maker Halloween thing, where you're like rotating through like top parts, middle parts, leg parts, something like that. You get the mech, and then you fight a kaiju of some kind, and it'll be like a little like boss battle kind of mechanic.
Nice.
What other explanation do you need? It's a solid plan.
Yeah.
Maybe it can eventually be a two-player game where the other player makes a kaiju.
Oh man.
Sorry. I want to fight.
Okay.
I think this brings up an interesting question though, and I know it's something we've discussed at length, Shannon and Joey. I don't know if Vivian was part of this conversation, but what is a mech?
I'm pretty broad with my mech. I think I've mentioned this one before. Just like how I'm broad with kebabs.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like there's a human inside it. It moves around and stuff, and it doesn't just move on wheels. It's a mech.
Okay. So yeah, my definition probably includes cars as a mech, and so yours precludes that.
I think it has to like enable you to do something that a human couldn't, like.
Right.
You mean like go 0 to
60
60 in 4 seconds?
Yeah, but you could get someplace in 4 seconds, like, or not 4 seconds. You could get from point A to point B with your legs.
Okay. So yours makes it be at least a tank. So is a tank a mech?
Yes. I
Yes.
don't want it to be.
Wait,
Well, and then I remember the controversial opinion I had was that a cement mixer is a mech, which I think is very true.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Again, definitely true for me, right? Like, can move and can spin around and do cool stuff. Plus, they usually have those little those pipes that like fire cement out into the like overhead. Those are cool. Those are fun to watch.
Vivian, please weigh in.
Oh, my thought is, don't most mechs have like a theme or a theory that they build off of? So it has to be, they have to be doing science. You have your hypothesis, like bees are cool. Then your experiment is making your bee mech.
Yeah, but in that case, like a cement mixer, your hypothesis is we really need to move this cement from one place to another. And we really need to put it in there.
Theme. That's just
and
like
then,
a job.
And then
the cement mixer is definitely a mech though, because like it keeps the cement moving, right? It's got a bunch of tilty parts, like Joey mentioned.
And it even has a cannon.
The cement shooter thing.
Wait, didn't you say that the thing can't just be wheels? Didn't somebody say that was a rule?
Yeah, it has wheels and spinny thing and a cannon.
But it's primary.
Davix had a suggestion that we should make a battle simulator like Tabs. And I wonder, Shannon, what you think about making it so that this mech just automatically fights and each of the different body parts does something to how it fights.
Ooh, yeah, I'm into that. Also makes
Is Tabs the one where it's like you set up an army and you fight them against each other? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't played it, but I'm aware of it.
I think I own it, but I haven't played it.
I'm making 3 parts. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, should we be drawing parts?
Do you want to draw parts or do you want to draw kaiju or both? We'll probably have a lot of time. Let me show you maybe what I mean. Legs.
Given that we already have a few good kaiju, it might be good to focus on parts to start with.
Kaiju are too small.
Yeah, we need big ones, Joey.
You have the giant. Don't we have like the one big one though?
Yeah.
Or you want even
We
bigger?
do have one giant one, yeah.
Okay, so let me figure out. Change. So it starts at 60. I'm setting it to 80, and I'm setting this one to maybe. I haven't exactly figured out how I'm doing this. I'm definitely going to bring in Joey's sprite util at some point. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I think it'll be something like, I think probably outlines this time. Outlines are cool. So.
And how big?
Everything's going to be 16 by 16. But, so like, I think it would be cool if there was some overlap, you know, between the parts. So I'm thinking maybe the legs will overlap the body a little bit.
Okay, so maybe like taller than 16?
Yeah, for legs.
Should it be for legs or should it be for the torso?
Well, the legs should be longer, right?
Oh, I see. So the torso will be on top.
Yes. So, okay. So this, and then this. No, I'm just going to do a rectangle for this torso. And then, yeah, so maybe you can make your legs however long you want. Is that a mistake?
You know, having us draw things is a mistake.
By 24. Okay, so I think they should each be 16 by 16, and they're just going to overlap a little bit.
Someday I should finish up the first extension I tried to write in Arcade, and I quickly gave up on just because I didn't like it was before we had anything, so we didn't have a good way to do it. Was something like this where you like draw little parts and you draw a big like scheme kind of thing, like a place to put the parts, and it would make a sprite for you. So that'd be fun.
Right, yeah, I remember that. Guys, I'm not feeling the inspiration today.
Do you need a theme?
Yeah, give me something.
Produce. The ocean.
Right.
Patterns.
My theme is B. Is B theme?
B was my theme. That's fine.
Oh, I was going for Beedrill specifically because that's a cool Pokemon, but I can change to something else.
No, it's fine, Joey. You have a vision. Richard, do you need more themes?
What's an opponent of the B? Produce is good.
Colony collapse syndrome.
Vivian, do you want to use colony collapse syndrome as your inspiration for your mech?
Sorry. Those words meant not colony what?
You know how all the bees are disappearing?
Oh. Uh-huh.
It's because of a thing called colony collapse syndrome, where they're like just randomly the beehives are like dying out and no one really knows why.
I see.
Okay, and the background is going to be this purple, but if you add outlines, it should be okay. You do whatever, as long as the outline isn't purple. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, my plan is I'll have these two arrows on either side of the head, body, and legs. And when you press up and down, the arrows will move up and down vertically. When you do left and right, you'll rotate through the parts. So I'm changing the colors of these so that we can see the different parts.
And how would you describe your ideal mech?
Definitely 3 or more legs, I think.
For stability?
Yeah, for stability. Kind of like scuttles as it goes along. Probably lasers. And flies.
Richard, what will yours be?
I think it would have one arm that does one thing and one arm that does a different thing.
You mean like sword arm and laser arm?
I think like drill arm, and the drill shoots off and can come back. You know?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like an arrow boomerang drill.
So like Mega Man mech.
Not really.
Or not switching between them, no.
Also, Mega Man's a robot, Joey.
No, I know. I was considering that. Is a robot, so it has to be piloted in some way.
Yes.
So I guess
it has to be piloted. Okay, and then it's gonna have 5 pilots. All right, and it's gonna be made up of a bunch of smaller mechs that come together and form the mightier mech.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Because mechs are better with friends. Joey and Vivian.
Oh, mine would have a big speaker on the front and maybe the back and the side so you can announce things. That's the only thing I want.
I think Mega Man mech would be good. But that's basically like custom robo. Like just a swappable mech.
So it's just got like an arm that transforms into a bunch of different arms.
Yeah.
That's good.
So what I'm doing now is I have this current part variable that is going to be a number, and head is going to be 0. Let me actually make a little note for this. Body equals 1, legs equals 2.
Do we have the dimensions listed out? Because it was 16 by 16 for arms, right?
There are no arms.
Oh, okay.
Wait, there are no arms?
Torso?
It's a body. It's like a torso.
Oh, okay.
Put arms in there if you want.
I get it.
Yeah. I think it's just 16 by 16 for all 3.
Yeah.
If you do something different, we can make it work probably, but 16 minus 15 plus 15. Yeah, cool. So yeah, I have this current part and it's gonna cycle through 0, 1, 2. So actually what I need to do here is I need to set the current part to the remainder of current part plus 1 divided by 3. And that will just loop it through. So when current part is 2, it'll 2 plus 1 divided by 3, and it'll cycle back to 0. And then this place arrows function, I'm just going to set the Y position of the arrows based on this current part index. So it's going to be, if current part is 0, then we want to set it to 45. It's plus 15 each time. So start at 45.
Is there a limit on how adorable we can make our character?
No limit.
Good.
Limit.
Wait, is the sky the limit? You cannot be more adorable than the sky?
Okay, no, that's true. Mechs go into space often, so that's okay.
Okay.
All right, and I'm just duplicating all of that and using it for up, which means I actually need to, let's see. So down we do +1, up we're doing +2, which is a trick for this remainder. So instead of -1, we sort of loop around the other way. Oh, and I'm only doing it for one of the arrows. Right arrow. Cool. Yeah. All right. So here's a little part selector. I'm gonna make these arrows white, I think.
Oh, I forgot. I have to issue a correction. The other day I was singing the Mute City theme. It was actually the Big Blue theme. Sorry to everyone that I misled. I'm gonna try and do better.
Do you have your fake teardrops ready? We need that to show up, or else it's not a real video.
Let me punch my eyes a few times. Let's see if while I'm up. Tears. Nothing.
I expected better from you, Richard. I'm really disappointed.
I expect better from myself, you know?
Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make these arrays, and they're going to be for head images, body images, and leg images. So, new variable, body images, new variable, leg images. All right, and then we're going to have a function, and it's going to be make function, select part. Done. Maybe, okay. And then, so based on your current part, we will then rotate through this head, body, and leg images array, and select, the next or previous one. So I think I don't even need to save this index. I think I could do it by getting the image. But yeah, let's see. So I'll make a function to keep this clean. Done. So I'm going to move all of this stuff that just like makes the parts and sets the current part to 0. That fits in here. We're going to create the parts and in create parts, I'm going to set the image to the first element. So head parts, get value at 0, head images, body images, and leg images. Cool. Okay, and then in select part, then I'm going to get. I need an array of these arrays. This is a mistake. I'll do an if statement for this just to keep things a little bit nicer. So I could put head, body, and leg into an array, and then I could use current part, which is 0, 1, or 2, to index into that array to get these smaller arrays. But I'm not gonna, because that feels like a lot. So instead, I'm just gonna do if current part equals 0, we're gonna be pulling from body array. So actually, I'm gonna set a variable that's like images array. Done. images array, 2 head images. So 0 is head, 1 is body, and anything else will be legs. Legs images. Cool. That's fine. Okay. Maybe I should. This is going to be kind of a lot of duplicate code, but I think it should be okay. Current image. So I'm going to set the current image to the image of the appropriate part also, because those are stored in variables. So the current image is going to be the image of the head part. Let me zoom back in a bit. Otherwise, here it'll be body. Otherwise, here it'll be legs. Leg part.
Wait, did we lose a quarter? I swear we were $13 yesterday.
Yes.
I think it was Joey taking away his quarter.
Oh, we got echo.
Oh, the echo's from. It's when we let Shannon talk for a long time without any of us interrupting, but it gets fixed after a bit.
Don't worry, Shannon. We'll interrupt you more.
Cool, thanks, guys. All right, so now I have images array and I have current image, and I need to get the index. So,
Sorry, how tall are the legs again?
also 16.
I thought legs were taller.
They can be taller if you want.
But weren't they overlapping, or did we decide not to do that?
They will be overlapping. I was like, oh, I'll just make them all 16 and they'll just like squish up a couple pixels.
Okay.
Okay, instead of saving the image, I'm actually saving the entire sprite because I need it. So I'm going to set the image. Yep. What are you so mad about? Oh, gosh, I renamed this to be an existing variable. All right, let's try again. Current part sprite. Cool. Set current part sprite image to, and then I'm gonna need a forward or back. So forward. All right, so if you're back, we'll do one thing. If you're forward, we'll do another thing. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the images array, which should be the array of, you know, head, body, or whatever. And I'm going to find the index of the image of the sprite, the image that the sprite currently has, which we know is going to be in the array because it is, you know, it's a head sprite, so it'll have a head image. So we're going to get this index, and we're going to add 1 to it. If we're going forward, if we're going back, we'll do something different. So +1. But then when we get to the end, we want to loop back to the beginning. So we're going to do this remainder thing. So it's going to be +1 remainder of the length of the images array. Length of images array. Okay, and that should, oh, this is the remainder, right. And then we need to get the value at that index. All right, there's a block. Cool. And then that's if we're going forward. So if we're going back, then we want to do the same thing, but instead of adding 1, we want to add the length of the array minus 1. So I'm going to take a math, duplicate length of array minus 1, and then I'm going to put it here. Okay, so what we're doing is we're finding where in these arrays the current images. We're saying, is it a 0? Is it a 2? And then we're moving it either forward 1 or backward 1 in this array. And we need to do it on the buttons. So on left button pressed. So left will be back true. Yep. And on right button pressed, it'll be false because you're going forward. Oh, okay. Let's try this. It'll just be blank for now. Oh, I have images. All right, let me actually just make these a color so that we can see if things are happening. Okay, so up, down works as before. Nope. What is happening here? Current part, and I am calling function. Call select part true, select part false. Set current part sprite. Oh, list. Images array, images array. These are all images array. All right, one more time. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, now we're rotating through things. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make the body first and then the head and then the legs. I think that's the order that go up in. Okay, and then I'm going to paste in some of these images. So this one is from Joey. Oh, Joey, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And then a head from Joey. Aww.
You said there's no limit to the cuteness.
No, this is true. Oh.
Damn it. Oh, whoops. Darn it, I was making my cuteness based off the sky.
That's why Joey clarified, so now he knows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Joey. Look at this guy.
If we decide to add arms later, I have the arms ready. I had drawn them at first, but we don't need it.
This is Vivian.
Oh. I love the nose.
Does it have a fuse?
Oh, just like a star?
Oh. Oh. Guys, these are such good mechs. Oh. The person inside, obviously.
Mech.
Mm-hmm. And legs. Thick. Big stuffy legs.
If you need something for scale, the single black dot in the bee eyes is each one person. It's controlled by 2 people at once.
I like this. I like how this means that Vivian's is controlled by one very big person.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, why do they even need a mech?
Okay. Cool. This mech has 3 people in it now. Okay, we are halfway. Let me put some text in. So I'm gonna add arcade text, boom. And it's gonna be like, you know, some stuff at the top that says basically like design your mech, and then at the bottom it's gonna say press A to continue. When you press A, we're going to take these images and mush them together, maybe, and launch into this like battle thing. And each of the parts theoretically will have like stats if we're doing this automated battle thing, but we'll see how it goes. Would it help
I'd
to just make
propose-
this middle one wider? We could just make it like, would that fit your arms, Joey? Or
I drew them as a separate thing, so it'd be they're 16 by 16 because they're full weight.
oh, I see. Cool. Sorry, Joey. What were you saying? You proposed?
I'd propose that we make the entire battle system just cuteness based. So which mech is cutest?
Mhm.
That might make it easier to assign points to each part.
Are we doing any overlap for the head, or
There's a little bit of overlap, I think. Not a lot. Yeah. Maybe just like 1 or 2 pixels each, really. Cool. I'm gonna make a label. Mech. And I'm gonna set the, I think I probably need to set the max font height also. And I'm gonna set the position to text right. X equals 80, Y equals, 35. Oh, huge. Extremely big. Yay. Y equals 30. And it'll be white text with black outline. Cool. All right. And then at the bottom, I'll have the continue text. So we'll just do it here. Set, and I can use the same. Great.
all right? Well, mine turned out a little weird, but coming in. Really, Vivian shouldn't have given me produce.
What?
My thing was produce, and it turned out weird because a produce mech is, well, I think I didn't back it, back it very well. Oh
It's
man,
hard.
Joey's yours turned out so good.
Yeah, I want to add arms just so I can do Joey's. But I don't have a UI for arms.
Yeah. Since it's the only one that's weird, since you'd probably just mirror the two anyway, maybe you could just do it below as like a 4th arrows that just say arms.
That I could just make the body. Well, no, because then they go up to the head too. I see what you mean. Okay, we might do this off screen, but
Mhm.
I do want to add Joey's arms. Okay, 26.
All right, mine's in chat.
Oh, awesome. All right, let's do Richard's. This is a produce mech.
Yes.
Really curious how this one turns out. Excited.
Oh, it's a
Is that a
turnip
diet
head.
turnip?
Of course, it's a turnip head.
I like it. Richard, I don't know what you're saying because, like, no matter what from here on, it's gravy, right? Like, that was the perfect head. So even if everything else, what? Richard, what are you talking about? Why are you?
He's got dual corn kernel blasters for arms.
Oh man.
I see. So Richard's like a pool shark, except for art, where he just like downplays it to make himself look worse, and then just really tears it out.
And then he floats on a base of a carrot.
Richard, what are you talking about? This is incredible. The turnip head looks really good on the other ones too. Oh man.
Altogether, it looks a little weird in my opinion.
That's a mech. No. Where does the person ride in yours?
In the turnip.
In the turnip. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. It's a little aggressive. Cool. So, having done that, now we have our mix and match mech parts. So you press the A button and we're gonna launch. So we're gonna need like a cleanup function to delete all of the text. And I have an idea for the body, but we'll see if it works. Oh no. Okay,
We got a question in chat from Unsigner, do we know, which was, how hard would it be to have a double layered tile map? So like multiple tile maps, you could like set one to be invisible, you could have separate overlap events for them, those sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is not particularly hard. You would have to make changes to the physics engine though, which is what makes it tough. But you could certainly be done in an extension, and maybe it's something we could consider adding to the game engine itself, because it doesn't seem that unreasonable to me.
How I was reading it, I think yours is more correct, but the way I was reading it was kind of more like the original idea we had for like the multiple layers. So how we have red represented as walls, we were thinking about doing other ones for like other types of collisions and stuff like that, where you could define behaviors for that. That's the thing we've talked about before and could add in the future. So it'd be like ways to define things that are like walls, but for other behaviors for them. But right now we don't have that, and we haven't designed it out fully.
I really want to have layers in the tile map editor itself, but we haven't. It's confusing, and it's hard to make that UI not confusing, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think we definitely need like a expando graduate to a full editor mode for that. So like we'd have our simple current state, and then we'd have to have like a add more buttons and give me more features mode for advanced users if we were to do something like that.
Yeah, and we haven't done like new tile map stuff in quite a while. I think we've been focused kind of on other things.
Yes.
Okay, so if I have a variable now called fight started, and if you start the fight, come on, what's happening? Oh, not fight started. If you haven't started it yet, then we do start it, and it's just going to destroy a bunch of the stuff. Okay, and and then I think, okay, so maybe, let's see if this is dumb. So we destroy everything. I'm gonna say the thing you move is the legs part with buttons. And then on a game update, I'm gonna have the other ones follow the legs.
So it's like QWOP.
Yes, like QWOP.
Wait, on a game update, have them like, are you gonna reposition them, or are you just gonna set follow so that it
I'm gonna reposition them.
moves them around just slightly behind?
So the thing I want is
It'd be like one of those things where they have the string and you push the button and it makes them tighten up, where it's like kind of loose.
Oh.
So the thing I want is I want it to like land, and then I want the head to like bob a little bit, so it's like going, it's like ready. So and I can't use a movement animation because we will be moving around the screen. So possibly the thing I'm going to need to do is dynamically generate this array where it just like moves up a pixel, down a pixel, which shouldn't be too bad with choice extension. Animate it with that, and then yeah, okay, let's do that first. So, oh, all right. No.
Yeah!
What is it? Arcade? Joey, what is this?
Arcade sprite util.
Ah, I was right except for the arcade. Okay.
I thought it was PXC too, so I was gonna be like, try and trick Shannon. I was like, oh, is it PXC or arcade? But I'm so glad I didn't say anything. That's a genuine quarter right there.
Genuine quarter.
No trickery.
Yeah, now owe 6 quarters.
Woo!
Opposite was telling me that I should look at making that one an official extension when I mentioned it the other day, but I don't know if we want that because it's like just a weird variety. Maybe I should split it up into separate extensions.
Making what an official extension?
Arcade sprite util.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to make a function, and it's going to be called generate bobbing. Sure. And it's going to take in an image, actually. Cool.
Oh man, I'm tied for first on quarters now.
I mean, I feel like it's been like that, We really gotta celebrate when you pull ahead. The day when you really excel.
Okay, and then the thing I'm gonna do is let's just do 2 frames for now. We won't get too weird about it. So it's gonna be 2 frames, and I know everything is 16 by 16. So I'm gonna make this 17. Yep. And also 16 by 17. Cool. And then I'm gonna use sprite util to just draw it on there. So yep. So I'm gonna draw the image to animation get value at 0. At x equals 0, y equals 0, and then I'm going to draw it on the next one at x equals 0, y equals 1. So up 1, down 1. And I'm going to return the animation. And then I'm going to, okay, so move like prep buttons, animate the head part with the image of the head part. So my sprite image, and this will be head part. Oh, and I'm going to need to loop. And probably the very short interval. All right, so maybe a slightly longer interval.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, should we do that? Cool, yeah. Do it again with the body.
Oh, I think, Vivian, we were both orienting our mechs so that they were facing forward.
Oh no.
Vivian's has 2 legs.
I'm making more, and they're all facing. They're angled right.
Oh,
Okay, I'll fix it.
that's
I mean, I think that's fine. You can have different types of robots.
I think it should be okay.
Yeah, you can have robots that face forward. You can have robots that face slightly away from forward. All the different kinds.
Maybe there's some deep lore that all the ones that Vivian designs all have rotating heads, where all of ours are just straight looking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they all have like they got compasses, but they were from like a third, like an
I really
untrusted
like this
dealer,
one.
and so they're just
Yeah.
slightly off.
Uh-huh.
It's like a slow 3D animation of my robots. It's like turning a little bit more each one I make.
Vivian, for your next one, can you have them facing directly backwards so we only see the back of their head?
I think it would have to be.
I really like this animation, Shannon.
Okay. Cool. In that case, and then can move the legs. Oh shoot, I haven't this is great. Cool. Okay. Luckily, I made a flag, so I'm just gonna wrap all of these things in that flag. So we're only gonna switch things if the fight has not started. Let me actually just arrange this, and I'll copy it a bunch. If not, variables. Fight started. So down and up. Come on, no. Right. And then right. And then left. Cool. Okay. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is, so you're moving the legs with the buttons. I think that's really fine. And then game update, if fight started. Fight started. Then I'm going to set the X of the body, or the Y of the body, to be something related to, or the bottom, I guess. Yes. Okay, let's just do this. I'm going to set the body part bottom to the top of the legs. So legs part, top, minus like now. And then I'm gonna do the same again to the head. So I'm gonna set the bottom of the head part, to the top of the body part, -1 again. All right, so hopefully this will give us like a sprite that is sort of, bobbing, but we can move around. Oh, we don't even need to move it around because we were going to do the automation. Something's happening. Oh, right, because they're all animated now, so they're taller.
Well, you still, even if we aren't moving them around, we are going to be moving them, right? So
that's true. Yes.
For the animations, do they have do they currently make it so it's all
doing minus instead of
static? Like, do they switch the positions to be fixed positions at the instance that the animation is created run initially? Is that accurate? Does that make sense how I'm phrasing that?
We need to fix that extension.
We do need to fix that. Like, yeah, that's what I was just thinking. This is
I'll put that on my to-do because I've been wanting to overhaul it for a while because it works pretty well, but it has memory issues and it and this needs to get fixed also. So
yeah.
Cool. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm I'm just gonna set the X's to match X.
Also, I don't like how it throws an exception if you put in a bad string. I guess I don't know what it should do though. Maybe it should throw an exception, but like a good one.
Yeah. We don't have many cases where we actually do a throw. That isn't just like.
Yeah. We should do it more.
We have
though.
that ability.
It's much better.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be that we couldn't really do it just because we didn't have a good way to do it, but now we support throw and catch in the first place, so we're safe.
We support most stuff.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna do one more thing, and then we'll be done. So this is not. You just want to make a mech, and it's gonna like animate itself on the screen. I think is where we're at for this. Y to be like 100, and then.
Hey, we got a question. Is each part of the robot the same type of sprite / variable?
The same type of sprite. They're each a global variable. So
okay.
I have a function somewhere here that is create parts, and it makes a body part, a head part, and a legs part. And each one is a sprite. And we're basically just changing the image on that sprite. It's always the same sprite. And I can get it anywhere. Okay. Just gonna try this. We have all these like nice new animations, right? Is one of them? There's some like explosions, right?
There's lots of explosions.
And
if we did want to go the totally accurate battle simulator, is that the word? Route, we can make it so eventually you can have multiple robots that you make, and it's basically just like pick the best army by combining different pieces, but don't let any pieces go to waste.
Wait, come again?
Like you have to use all the pieces, so you're just picking which pieces combine together, but no matter what, all the pieces will be on the field at once, or something like that.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And set the position. Explosion to get my sprite X, my sprite bottom, and plus some randomness. Pick random. Negative. 10 to 10. Okay. And then for the bottom, it's already on the bottom, so I'm actually going to pick from negative 10 to 9. And then I only want to do this once, so I'm going to do like a very cheap thing. Since we are running low on time.
Cheap like tricky or cheap like savings?
Cheap like savings.
Oh, nice.
Gotcha. Now like SSX tricky.
Wait, what kind of cheap
What
is
does
that?
this mean?
A snowboarding game?
No, I know that. But like, what kind of cheap is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
You just said tricky, and I wanted to make it SSS.
Oh, I see.
Okay. For a second there, I was doubting because you just said the it's, but that is like the song for SSX Tricky. That is like the one thing everybody should know about it. If you don't, then you should look it up.
Yep.
What? I never actually had that one. I had 1080 snowboarding.
I have SSX Tricky if you want to play it from PS2.
I think SSX Tricky is the first console game I ever personally owned, because I got it at the same time as I got my GameCube. The other, like my N64 was my brother's, my NES was my brother's.
I have a very clear memory of buying Yoshi's Story for the Nintendo 64, and I saved up a really long time to get it. It might have been the first game I bought myself, but I'm not sure.
Actually, that one, the SSX Tricky, I got that before I got my GameCube, because otherwise the first one would have been that 4-in-1 Zelda game pack, like with Ocarina of Time.
I always wanted that, and they stopped selling it. But I had a friend who had one, and I was like always super jealous of him. Eventually, I picked up the Ocarina of Time Master Quest and the Majora's Mask on the Virtual Console. But
nice.
Do we get the hits wall for hitting the side of the screen?
No, not unless there's a tile map.
Darn it. Okay.
Wait, that's another thing we should fix. We should fire hit wall events when you hit the, even if there's not a tile map, if you are in stay-in screen.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, we're running out of time.
Okay.
But before we go, as penance, I would like to sing the actual Mute City theme, which I also know. All right. Joey, can you give me a count-in?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I lost it.
All right, I'm gonna run this one more time. Oh, unless we have more theme songs.
No, the most important thing is just somebody has to have clipped that, right? Like that I hope that already started being clipped before I had to mention it, but I just want to make sure that gets out there. Atmosphere.
I feel like it wasn't as good as my Big Blue theme.
I love the corn body.
Oh my gosh. I love with the Vivian's head.
Design
We
a
have
mech.
to come back to this too, right? This game. This is
Yeah, I would like to. I feel like if it's an automated fight, it should hopefully be scoped to one stream. But you press the A button when you're done. Your mech lands. There's some explosions.
Can we get B-legs on this guy?
Ready. Oh yeah, let me try. They don't entirely connect, but that's okay. I like this. Okay.
That's so good. I completely missed that you were doing the Into the Breach thing. It's awesome.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for joining us again. I am Shannon. I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Joey at JWandrel on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Richard. At Richard on the MakeCode forums. I defeated Mecha Richard.
Oh, there's more sprites.
And I'm Vivian at LiveTruth on the MakeCode forums.
Okay. I'll add these and then I'll post this on the forum so that you guys can